Hello, my fellow classmates. My name is Andrew Smith. I'm in CS 5163 with Dr. Heisterkamp, which is over video game development. Today, I'll be doing my game review A, or for me specifically, Horizon Zero Dawn. In order to understand the history of the game development behind Horizon Zero Dawn and what brought it into fruition, I wanted to go over briefly how it came into being. It was originally presented as an idea from the art director. They had previously worked on Killzone, and from there they started percolating the idea of a futuristic open world environment. This concept art derived this AAA game into fruition. It is amazing how they took these beautiful art ideas and made them into reality. A part of the video game process that is very complex on AAA titles in particular. Here we can see the paintings, and some of these actual places are made in video game assets within the world itself. It offers an engine that's proprietary from Guerrilla Games that allows them to do 4K upscaling across a barrage of hardware. It was originally made for the Sony PlayStation, but became a part of the PC. I will be showing gameplay later on from the PC iteration, but I just wanted to emphasize the detail it took. They actually went through what's called an innovation process because they had never made an open world game before. The Killzone franchise was a very linear first-person shooter, so the engine was not made with the open world concept, so they did have to redesign and do things that their studio was not originally comfortable with. They didn't have the expertise, but they had the passion. This game took about 7 years from concept to delivery to the consumer. I think that's a long time that many of us find daunting, but in order to make a AAA game like this, it takes a lot of people and a lot of time and talent to derive such an excellent video game experience. I will say that the story is very pivotal to this game. It is not just go from point A to point B. It has a story arc that is very rewarding and very cool, right? Something that they were passionate about. With that said, let's move on to some game footage. Here is the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. A vast open world layout with many features that you can embark on. There are quests, main storylines of course, as well as mini quests. Here is an idea of the world map. Many things were put in to make this. Lots of prototypes, everything down from the foliage to the creatures to, even the little ideas of the icons. No idea was shunned from the developer. They put in, I think, over 50 different ideas on various aspects and put them in a hat and kind of made sure that they followed a theme, the rules of the world they had created. Horizon Zero Dawn is based 1,000 years after the fall of humankind due to technological superiority that had developed from artificial intelligence. I will not spoil anything beyond that because I think that is pretty well known from trailers and gameplay. Myself, I have put over 50 hours into this game, so my character is pretty strong. But we follow the main protagonist of Aloy, this tribal woman who's shunned from her own community, and you don't know why for a long time. But you find out through the course of actions and story plots that are well choreographed, and using motion capture to follow the actors' expressions. This technology, for its time of 2017, may not have been new, but was definitely well regarded critically for its execution in this game. This gameplay features many famous gameplay loops. It has an experience tree. Basically, like right now, I am currently level 54. I believe the max level is 60. And I have unlocked almost all of the skills available. These skills are unlocked by points that are allocated at the completion of each level. So once you've gained enough points, for instance, I need 3 points to complete this. That gameplay loop encourages you to keep playing to gain better experience. So it has that RPG element. It also has a scavenger element. You do need to scavenge for resources.
Bring that up later.
Because you will actually use those in order to build your arrows. Everything is crafted quite easily through the interface here. I have 4 different weapons currently equipped. There are an assortment of items available weapon-wise, as you can see. And once those items are equipped, the various attributes that they made affect the types of creatures that you can injure. So they have actually programmed, you know, whether this monster is weak to fire or explosion or freeze. And from there, as you can see there, though this may seem like a Stone Age era game, that is only because it is based on technology long lost to the civilization. But you can also need to harvest meat from various creatures. See if I can actually kill. There we go. And then gather the resources here. So we have an inventory that I can take from. I can either take all or take specific items, and then use those to actually craft enhancements and perhaps better carrying equipment. For here, I have an assortment of lists I need to gather in order to upgrade this pouch to hold more ammo. All these RPG elements are well crafted and idealized, I believe, in my opinion at least, and I think most critics. But we don't just need to affect wildlife. There are a lot of various creatures that we can see within this open game world. These are dinosaur type robotics. There's a reason why they look like this. It's actually carved into the story. And just to not do too spoilerific, I will just say that when the fall of mankind was inevitable, humans of the past decided to make an artificial intelligence who would repopulate the world for humans, but by doing so with natural designs that it knew from, say, the encyclopedia. So it would build creatures that would help repopulate, plant seeds, do things into this grand scheme world to benefit humans when they were ready to return to the surface. And so these are all the animals I've currently encountered. There is only one left I apparently have not seen. And in these battles, you can actually break apart specific parts of the armor adjacent to the machines. And even specify where you want to damage it. Slow down time. A lot of these are upgrades. And hand-to-hand combat as well. I think it's important to realize that, you know, obviously it's not an easy game. It took a large staff to create this. Everything from art, assets, to music, to you know, the actual actors who came in to do the mocap design. You know, expensive thing to be spared. You know, it's going to be originally a title exclusive to the PlayStation. I believe they even made you know, very marketable assets that indie developers wish we had at our resources. So, just to emphasize the crafting, its importance, originally you are not allowed to just go anywhere on the map. You do have to converse. You do need to find a robot that you can actually take over. At my level, I can summon remotely through artificial intelligence a way to do this, but at the beginning of the game, it's a lot harder. You do have to grow, so there's that gameplay loop that really encourages growth that I find intrinsically fun to come back to. And you can find all sorts of little hidden things that they put into this very large map. And there are various locations. We have, you know, the snowscape forest. We have a frozen tundra to the north. We have a desert land here, and a utopia forest here. And all of the game design assets here invoke those different environments with different resources that can only be found there. So you'll find like raccoons are very prevalent in the forested areas, where not so much in the desert. So you have those thoughts, those ecology built into here. There's an ever-arching gameplay artificial intelligence populating the world as you embrace those sections of the map. You know, it is always through this one character. You don't have the ability to customize her originally, but you can change what she wears. We have a multitude of armor and things that you can see on the right. This allows for, depending on what you're trying to do, the armor I have here, you know, it has its own abilities that are very much in-game playable. But before you get this, you definitely want to focus on where you're going in the region and specify the type of damage you want to inflict. On there, each weapon has the ability to add modifications and armor as well. So you can find these better modifications to increase your designs and effectiveness against multiple creatures. Resources, like I said, eventually you can't fast travel at the beginning, but you have to get mounts, and then eventually you can craft travel packs that allow you to go to fire. Those are one-time use, and eventually you can craft the golden fast track. So this way you can just inevitably fast travel as much as you want. Each resource allows, as you see, different sources used for different things. You know, either to craft things or to sell at merchants. There are lots of human interactions, and I think I will show you a little bit of that in just a moment. Here we have a little
My people have been telling tales of your
show
accomplishments.
the beauty of the cinematic abilities they use with the mocap.
Taken a special interest in our stretch of snow, Outlander.
Yes. And apparently this is the only way I'll get to see all of it.
So though the game primarily follows
Is this
an
a
over-the-shoulder view, you know, we do get up
Work.
close in the dialogue and expression.
must be a
So we
joke.
can
It
see
is
what
not
the
a
actors
joke,
did.
Eritok.
I don't want to dwell on this too much, but I just wanted to show it to you. So overall, you know, it's a great AAA quality game that I highly recommend. It features RPG elements, scavenger elements, and an open world environment that is vast and fun to explore with a multitude of monsters. I hope that you found this review entertaining and educational. I hope you all have a great day.